Hello friends and welcome to a different kind of Mechwarrior Online video. Today I'd like to raise awareness about an issue that a lot of you have been experiencing as well, and that is assault mech agility. We'll look into the core roots of the problem and talk about potential solutions, and as always, with respect to how little time everybody has these days, we'll try to keep it as brief and concise as possible. Now, I've got an expert from the Cauldron with me today. You might have seen his videos where he demonstrates the issue at hand from the point of view of a light mech eating assaults alive. So that's right, this is going to be a Data and TTB co-production, and I'm excited to welcome him to the channel.
And I am really excited as well. Thank you, TTB, for having me here with you in today's discussion. Before we get started, I'd like to underline that we are not talking here in behalf of JGX or the Cauldron. We're just two guys that are trying to make their best to make this game a better experience for everyone. So, TTB, would you like to introduce the topic?
So yeah guys, this goes without saying, make sure to check out Data's channel. The link will be in the video description below. Now, let's talk about the issue at hand. Mechwarrior Online. That's a game that's supposed to be fun for everyone. Sometimes playstyles and mechanics emerge that work against that. When you get destroyed without a chance to evade, to block, or to fight back, frustration is what always follows, and that can even lead up to people leaving the game altogether. One such cause for frustration is the current lack of agility, especially in the assault mechs versus light mechs matchup. With assault mechs being very low in agility combined with super high cockpits and bad pitch values, it's very easy for light mech pilots to straight up 1v1 assault mechs and come out on top, either by hiding below the assault's nose, as we've seen multiple times, or by constantly being in its back with basically no counterplay available to the assault mech except just turning frantically and trying to get that one shot off. Before you say, well, it's easy, get torso mobility and pitch from the skill tree, please understand that these values from the skill tree are percentage-based increases. So if a mech, let's say has 25 degrees of total maximum pitch, a full 5 points in the skill tree increase your pitch by 10%. 10% out of 25 degrees is 2.5%, so we'll have 27.5 degrees pitch, which is a value that's so low in terms of a difference that you will only see a difference if you actually compare screenshots. It's not gonna feel any better. But let's stop talking about it. Let's demonstrate the issue at hand. Let's demonstrate how a light mech can currently engage an assault mech with two examples. We're gonna choose an Annihilator as a low mobility example and against a Banshee that is known to have some slightly higher mobility values. Afterwards, Data is going to go into details on how this whole issue is possible with the regards to recent light mech buffs, turning rate of lights, low assault agility, roles of light mechs and assault mechs, and then also talk about how it can be addressed, how it can be fixed. Let's stress right now, the goal is not to make light mechs worse. The goal is to make assault mechs better, so that this particular light mech hide below your crotch and orbit without counter playstyle becomes harder to do, and returns to a hit and run and objective playstyle, which is what light mechs are originally designed for, not going up 1v1 against assault mechs. Let's jump right into the game. So hi friends, here we are in the game. Data is in his little flea. I'm in the Annihilator. I'm out here in the open. I'm getting approached by an evil light mech, and we're going to showcase to you guys two things. One is pitch and the other one is rotation speed. So Data, if you wouldn't mind, do the little hugging thing where a light mech just walks under an assault. I'm gonna try to track you with my arms right now. I'm even looking down the fastest I go. There's no chance for me to hit him ever with my torso mounts, and if you look at it, even my arm mounts aren't going far enough so I could hit him if he's straight below me. And if he starts actually adding rotation to it and starts running around me, then it's gonna be a huge mess to track. I'm gonna try and track him now. Hello. Oh, there he was. Oh, he's gone again. Oh, there he was. Oh, he's gone again. Oh, there he was. Oh, and he's gone again. So there's no chance whatsoever to hit him, or if you can hit him, it's only like for the briefest of moments. I would be really hard pressed. I would have to be moving myself and do like erratic movements. Even then, I had a chance to hit him once here. No chance. No chance. With the torso mounts, no chance. Even with the arm mounts, it would be super challenging. Now he fucked up. Now he's dead. Boom, boom. No, he's not. So as you can see, it's super hard to track. Maybe Data, you can go ahead, make a little bit of a wider circle, and I'm just gonna try to track you with just mech rotation and torso rotation at the same time.
Okay, another thing that we should try though is maybe after this, I think that I can stay behind you and you can turn as much as you want. You should not be able to. I don't even need to rotate around you, I think.
Okay, let's give this a try.
As well after.
Yep.
So
Okay.
want me to try to do a wider circle first?
Yeah, maybe like 30 meters or so. Just so I could
like
in theory hit you. I could in theory hit you, and let's just see how far I can track you. Okay, let's go. This is me using the legs and the torso right now. This is the fastest you can turn this thing. Yep. So this range, it is actually a lot more possible to hit you on each pass, but I still don't have enough speed in my torso to actually track you properly. I always have to do a 180 turn and hope that you don't stop and run in the other direction all of a sudden. Like so. And then you twist this way, and oh, he's going the other way. Oh, I got him. Oh, he's going. So, as you can see, this is not easy. Especially if you're playing against a good light mech pilot. Really hard to do. Okay, so later I wanted to showcase something else as well, which is him being behind me.
Just try to look at me. Try to find me.
Okay, try to find Data. Here we go. I'm cheating a little bit because I have seismic. I see there's a red dot somewhere, so let's see.
Use it.
I will use it. Okay, let's see. Nope. Ah, found you. Oh, no, you're close again. The only thing I could think of to do here is to try to get my ass to a wall or something. That's the only play I have, and if I don't have that, then I'm just lost. Oh, nope. Twisting this way. Oh, no. Yeah, like the best I can do is maybe get you into reach of one of the arms for like a fraction of a second. Like nothing to actually fight back or do potentially good damage to you. It's really hard. Like I said, like the only chance I feel I have is if I literally go ahead and get my ass to this wall whilst
by the
being
time
shot.
You get there, you lost the torso, right?
Yeah, whilst being shot or twisting. Like if you're not close to a wall, if that happens, that's your only chance. Even if you get close to the wall, then we have the same problem again of the pitch, where he can just literally walk under my nose, and there's nothing you can do, right? Shots have been fired. Oh, there's a tree.
Yeah, I just keep you under hostage. You're my hostage because you're forced to stay there, and I'm gonna go on the other side of the map to other stuff.
Yep, because
you're my hostage.
I don't know if unless I have seismic, I don't know where you're going, right? You could still be around. For all I know, you could still be around. You could be attacking from the left, from the right. You could have friends coming in. You could have a UAV above me right now. There could be lerms raining on my head.
Like you are, I know that you are staying there, so I can throw a strike, run away, and the point is that you are just invalidated because now I'm running away.
I'm out of the fight.
You're back on the wall. You're out of fight, and I can go do whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly. Now let's go ahead and showcase the same thing with a mech that has a little bit better torso mobility. You were suggesting a certain Banshee, I think?
Yep, the Daka Banshee, the Banshee 3S.
Okay, so let's get loaded in and we'll try it out. Alright guys, and we're back now with the Banshee 3 Echo. Now this is supposed to have a faster turn rate amongst other more agility focused things. So we'll try and track the flea now and we'll see what's going on. So Data, you let me know when you're ready and start running. Okay, let's try it. Oh, there's a flea. Oh, nope. Yep. I'm trying. This is not me joking. This is me actually trying. Oh, there we go.
Acquired.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I could, every time I saw you, I can keep you in my crosshair a little bit longer. I cannot see you right now because there is no window below my feet, unlike the Annihilator. So I can see you pushing me away right now. Little flea pushing the Banshee away, imagine that. But I feel like I have a little bit higher chance of actually following you because of the turn rate.
At least you can.
Yeah, especially when I add in the torso twist combined with the turn rate, I can at least follow you. Whereas the Annihilator had huge problems to follow you even at like 30 meters or so. So this is a lot better. It's not OP by any means. If you get very close, it's still super hard to follow. But if you get a little bit further away, it's more realistic at least to try and get more than one shot in every single pass, as opposed to me with the Annihilator having to constantly turn around. Yeah, we're showcasing right now perfectly that the little bit extra agility helps a lot and makes this a lot less of a one-sided fight. Beautiful.
And then I'm not even forced to stay there and fight that way. Like, there's a common misconception that lights have to fight that way. But the point is that I can peek also from a random part of a mountain, hide, and you know I'm here, and I can just go somewhere else or just wait. I think you have the seismic, do you?
This mech doesn't have seismic. I'm just going on visual right now. I only have one chance, literally. I have to push around the corner to try and find you.
You can try it. You got an arm.
I thought I got a leg, but okay.
Target acquired.
Oh, hang on, I thought I like Gauss here. Why wasn't I charging that thing? There was 3 PPCs and 2 light Gauss rifles, and you get a red side torso. But not open, just armor red. I literally hit you with something that would have instantly turned you into a little nuke in lore. But you don't look nuked to me. You look pretty healthy.
Yeah, because the point is that the way this game works at high levels of accel, decel, masking, glitching on objects, these things combined apparently mess up with the hit reg code. So you can see shots flying through the mechs when these mechs are playing a lot with jump jets or clipping on odd terrain like this. So the armor values that you see on the mechs are not actually a real indicator of the survivability of the mech. The survivability of the mech is a combo of armor values, jump jet, accel, decel, sides, and although this mech has little amount of armor, actually not that little, given that it's a 20-tonner, it has so much agility and the size is so small that it adds a lot to its tankiness.
Yeah, and you combine that with the super fast turn rates and the ability to literally orbit assault mechs or just hide behind the nose. And you can easily understand how important it is for assault mechs to have a fighting chance against a light mech like this, that you are able to at least keep it in your crosshairs somewhat, as opposed to flailing around, seeing it for like a quarter of a second and then it's gone again, which is not a good game experience, right?
Yeah, let's be pretty honest. You can't have a PvP game. Like, when you say PvP, it's because there is a player playing against another player. If instead it turns into an experience like the one player just farms the shit out of the other player without the other one having any chance to react, fight, run away, shoot back, what kind of PvP experience is that? It's a bad experience. People are going to rage quit. Like, if you see most of my videos where I try to make people aware of what is going on with the fleas, with the machine guns, and with all that kind of stuff, you'll see that most of the people that I killed, they just rage quit instantly, or they maybe, most of the times they rage quit even before getting killed. Yep. Like, they lose a torso, they see that they can't fight back, and they just quit straight away.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, a lot of people like also don't even have the time to react. Like, you're getting hit from behind, you hear the lasers, you hear the machine guns go off, and you just have to look at your weapon tab and you will see like half your weapons just vanish. Exactly. Everything. Exactly. There's like very little, like if the mech gets the pounce on you, there's like very little time to fight back. It was a nice showcase of the problem, but I think it's important for us to have a look at the hard data now. Pun intended. So we'll let data look at the actual spreadsheets, at the actual agility values, and explain to you what's going on there and how he thinks it could be improved for the better.
The actual numbers. The idea here is to take the base turn rate of the Banshee for, it's a 95 tonner, so 50 turn rate, and take in consideration the actual accel decel rate of the inner sphere Marauder 2, which is 15, 18. These values are close, very, very close to the actual ones that you guys have in game. These ones are the pre-Cauldron ones. These are very close to the actual values. Just to cut it short, the accel decel values work in steps, so you cannot just inject them straight away the way you read here. But the values in game are very close to this actual column. This in dark blue is the proposed column. So the idea is, let's take the turn rate of that Banshee that you just saw and the Axel diesel rate of an Inner Sphere Marauder 2 that is a little bit less than the Axel diesel rate of that Banshee, and use these values as a baseline for the 100 tonners, 90 tonners, 95 tonners. Because yes, at the moment there are a lot of 100 tonners, 95 tonners, 90 tonners that have even less than what you saw. It's pretty evident that the values that the Banshee has are only grant to that MECH minimum to say that we are putting up a decent fight. Without that very minimum change, there is no fight. There's just a MECH that bullies another MECH and nothing else. So the idea is use those values as a baseline for 100 tonners, 95 tonners, 90 tonners, and then move up from that. You can see the turn rates have been adjusted because, for example, that poor Annihilator at the beginning had only 35 turn rate. 35 is also the turn rate of Medkit Mark II. 40 is the turn rate of a Blood Asp. Let me find it. Where is the Blood Asp?
27.
27. Yep. Sorry. Yeah, so at the moment, the turn rates are not that great. They don't allow these mechs to fight. The rest has been adjusted in terms of Axel diesel. These changes to the 80 tonners are just made to give them a little boost while keeping them below the heavy mech level. So we're not buffing these ones to heavy mech level or above heavy mech level. If you check this sheet, it's just had some adjustments. Timberwolf is the one that moves best. It's 29, 32, and the turn rates have been adjusted just slightly to make sense with the other changes. Minimal changes to the medium category, just to the ones that actually have a abysmal level of agility, like for example the Blackjacks, Vindicator, the Crab. Some of these ones move like heavies. And of course, no touches to the light mechs, because these problems have been caused by the fact that light mechs received too much agility. There would be two ways to address this. One is just nerf the light mechs, and one is adjust the rest.
You also get a much more interesting gameplay where assault mechs can twist a little bit faster, turn a little bit faster, and that just makes it so that they can utilize the shielding potential a little bit more, as opposed to just being standing there and being giant CTs that just wait to get burned down. So I think it just makes the whole game more interesting if the agility is a little bit higher for those slowpokes that we currently have.
Yeah, I can't possibly see this being overpowered, breaking the game in any means, because again, the Banshee is already there, and it has more agility than the one we would be giving to the 100 tonners, 95 tonners, 90 tonners. So that agility is already there. So you can have an idea of what is going on. And then of course other changes, some changes to the pitch, because you need the pitch. Without pitch, the mech can stand still under your legs and you can't even see it.
Or reach it with your arms, as we demonstrated as well. There was no way to actually get the crosshair for the arms over the target.
Mm-hmm. And another change that was required is the pitch speed. Actually, strangely enough, the pitch speed was not addressed with the first agility pass. So we have mechs that when you lock your arms on the torso, they make you feel very strange, because the movement left and right is decent, but the up and down movement is very slow. It throws you off. It is like as if your mouse has two different sensitivities. It feels very weird if you try, looking up and down to something that is jump jetting, or you have to do an oblique movement with the mouse. So I'd like to also adjust the vertical pitch speed together with also the horizontal movement.
Now, of course, you guys might have found similar situations where you're playing Assault Mechs, where you're struggling with the agility, and if you find this to be a problem as well, then Data has the perfect location for you to actually give a little bit of air to your grievances, talk about your problems, and talk about the issues at hand with the right people.
So, of course, the official forums, don't forget that, but there is a special Discord that is used in terms of Cauldron feedback. There is a Cauldron feedback channel inside MWO Discord. You can find that link for free on the internet, but we will also remember to put this link down below in the description on this video, so you can just click on that link and it will bring you straight to the Cauldron feedback channel. That channel, people actually from the Cauldron read what people say, and there is also a decent amount of PGI stuff that is reading what's going on in that channel. So remember, of course, to be polite when you write stuff. And yes, if you're experiencing the same issues that we are experiencing and you agree with the kind of solutions that we are suggesting, remember to leave your feedback there. Because in the end, the whole point here is trying to make the game better for everyone. We are trying to improve everyone's experience. And having this kind of cancerous mechanics that destroy the concept itself of PvP, because there is no PvP when someone is farming somebody else without any chance for that one to hide, run, fight back, take cover, reposition, that guy just dies, and that's it. These kind of mechanics are not healthy for the game, and in the long term drive people out of the game. This is not what we want. We want the game to be a funny and healthy experience for everyone. If you agree with us, again, remember to follow the link that we are putting down below in the description. It will bring you to the Cauldron feedback channel.
Well, guys, we were just talking a little bit about the balancing issues, and then all of a sudden, it appears we are visited by a beloved creature from the world of Mario. Bowser has joined us, so welcome on in, Bowser. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Another legend of the game, has been with the game for, it feels like, ages. So we were just discussing a couple of just general things, but maybe let's go back to the points about agility that we had. Bowser, what is your take on the whole situation? What are your points?
So honestly, I feel like assaults are kind of underpowered right now. You have a lot of things working against them. You have the massive size, because this game's always been dictated by size and hitboxes, and assaults are obviously going to be at the top end of that as far as being affected by that metric goes. I feel like assaults, they're too slow. They don't have enough mobility. They really don't even have enough firepower for like all the trade-offs you're getting, right? You can get probably 80% of the guns you have on a heavy on most assaults, right? Like a Night Shirt, for instance, is very close to the amount of guns most assaults have. And honestly, and that mech goes 64, and most of the assaults don't even go that fast, right? And the list goes on from there. So
you're basically trading size and armor that doesn't really help you that much, because that armor gets evaporated after the first volley that hits you, for not that much benefit, honestly. You're slow, exactly. You're big, you're super easy to hit. Some of these mechs even have hitboxes that are very, very big and make it even easier to hit. And that's a lot of drawbacks, unfortunately. And if you're playing a lot of solo queue, a lot of quick play, and I know a lot of my viewers are playing a lot of quick play, mostly on their own, it can be really challenging to even get to the point where you can even fight and not get chewed up by a light or medium wolf pack. And if you then are in the fight to make a difference, and not get left behind by the potato, it can be really, really hard sometimes. So Data, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I kind of agree on what Bowser had said previously. The problem is that the agility overall on some assaults is so bad that when you play the mech, you don't enjoy it. The whole idea here is that we are playing a video game. When you play a video game, you're supposed to have fun. But the point is that the way in which these mechs have been balanced, their agility is so damn low that when you play them, it's a pain. Like every time you play them, it's a pain. Imagine being that poor guy that gets farmed into the oblivion in my videos. Like I've done dozens of videos where I just take a light and I destroy literally everything, and my opponents don't even have a chance to react, see me, shoot back. Like imagine being one of those guys.
It's not going to be fun, right? No, it's going to be
not
bad.
Enjoying the game at all. Like you alt F4 and you uninstall straight away, like many people have done already. Like I'm not doing those videos because I like to brief people, blah blah blah. I want to bring this problem to everyone's attention, so everyone knows what's going on. Because it's just not fun to be in the into those mechs. Like we already have removed some cancerous elements from the game, because one of the earliest problems that were addressed by the Cauldron is lights are getting one shot. So let's add more survival to light mechs, which is good. Like it was another cancerous mechanics. The lights shouldn't get like deleted instantly right now. In fact, if you put full survival on a piranha, you can land a double AC-20 in the side torso or a double heavy gauss in the CT of a piranha. They're not gonna die.
Yep, I did that to you on HPG not too long ago, and I was like, why is he still alive?
I remember. Like, okay, we addressed that kind of thing where lights are getting one shot. Let's fix that. Let's give them more agility so they can dodge better. And they actually dodge better. Their agility has been inflated to abnormous levels. And yeah, we fixed this, but now there is another problem. It is not enjoyable for an assault to be just a sack of armor for those lights to farm, because this is what it is. When you play a mech like those, you have the feeling that you are a sack of armor to inflate their MECH scores. At times, the light player doesn't even have to play to kill. I have demonstrated it in many of my videos. I can literally go there, and instead of play to kill, I play to farm. I get first the arm, then the other arm, then the leg, then the torso, just to inflate the score. And when there is such a disparity in terms of power between the mechs that one of the two players doesn't even have to try to kill the enemy, it can just toy around with the enemy. This just gives you the impression of how fucked up is the situation currently.
And it's not a good feeling to have that happen to you. Like even like if it's a wolf pack, that's one thing. But if you are just ending up in a 1v1 situation and you can't do anything back, even with the light mech just landing in front of you, you're unleashing your full firepower because of agility, because of server lag, because of some issues that might be happening right now on the North American servers, because we've seen a lot of problems with shots not connecting or just going straight through mechs. All of that together just makes it so that as the assault player, you're definitely on the wrong foot there, and there's not much you can do. So yeah, I will personally be looking forward a lot to any kind of agility changes that gives me a better fighting chance as a assault mech main. And I don't know, Bows3r, what are your thoughts on this?
Honestly, I think it even goes beyond all the issues you mentioned there. You guys both mentioned they're extremely valid, but if you look in the mech lab, right, you can look at like a Nitcher or an Orion or something like a 75-ton heavy. Those mechs have like 99 degrees torso turn rate. Those mechs have 22, 25 accel rate. Then you go look at an Annihilator. That mech has like 10 degrees, 10 degrees per second accel, 14 decel. Torso twist is like 60. So you're talking these mechs have less than half the agility than something like a Nitcher, but they don't have, like the Nitcher has almost as much firepower, and the Annihilator doesn't have twice the armor, right?
And you've got jump jets, which gives you even more health, right?
And the Nitros much faster, the Orions much faster, all these heavies are much faster. They almost as many guns. Like, it's just, I think the balance is really out of whack as far as that. Personally,
He still does have a chance.
Absolutely. And for me, I feel like I'm just taking heavies whenever I want to play an assault, because I feel like for all the reasons I mentioned, I can just get much of the same stuff done with heavies, but it's just, honestly, it's more fun. It's
and you
more
get
fun
farmed
not being
less.
hamstrung.
You get farmed less and focused less. As an assault mech player, you will always draw the attention, because it's. I think Data touched on a really good point. As an assault mech player, you're always that farm alarm on the field. As soon as you're seen, people know they can shoot at you because you're an easier target. You're a big target that cannot run away, and that has a hard time tracking. If, for example, you're good at jump jetting together with the netcode, will most likely not be able to inflict any kind of meaningful damage back to you, depending on the loadout, of course. But those problems are one of the reasons I think that you don't see that many people actually choosing to play assault mechs in these days.
Agreed.
In the end, yeah, we agree. We all agree on this. Even if you consider, though, the example that Bows3r pointed out before, the night gear, even there is a video I did on agility, specifically on myself ganking a night gear. Even that one that has been brought up as an example, oh, this has more agility, more turn rate, yes, but even the night gear doesn't have enough to actually let him put up a fight against a light, unless, you know, you have some crazy good situation and the proper rock and the back to the wall and all these conditions that in a real fight they don't happen, because you have like 10 seconds and then you get locked and lurmed down to death or ganked by another light. Like, there are so many situations that happen together in a game. People say, but assaults can stay together. Yes, but that's not the point, because it's not that a mech is broken when it can kill 2 or 3 of the other class. It's enough if it kills just one. Like, if you put one assault versus one light, one small light, that small light is gonna hide under the legs and kill it. And even if you increase the number, so you put 3, 4, we have seen that multiple times in quick play, in videos, in comp, everywhere. Even if you take 3, 4, 5 Vipers, Fire Starters, Mistlynxes, Assassins, and you freeze Piranhas, and you Incubus, and you just push with all of these, they win anyways. At times they don't even have to hide under the legs of an assault.
I think, Data, you also touched on a really good point earlier when we were talking about the making of this video. You were talking about roles of mechs, and that light mechs have a different role than an assault mech with scouting or with objectives. And I think maybe that point should be reiterated as well, on like how light mechs are currently fulfilling a role they shouldn't be fulfilling, and are not focused on another one.
Yes, I think you're 100% right on this, because there are a lot of other roles that can be given to the mechs in this game. The point is that this game isn't won solely on kills. There are some people that often bring up stats like, hey, these stats say that assaults perform, like these stats say anything and they say nothing. Like, the point is that those stats are based on tier 5, tier 4, tier 3, tier 1. Skill is a factor into this, but there is also a lot of stuff that is not considered into the stats. The other roles that these mechs can have, for example, imagine using a light mech just to cap. You can influence the game by capping conquest on assaults, destroying the base in incursion, Zerg the gens on faction play. There are a lot of roles that don't show up in the stats. You can be cancerous even without influencing the win-loss ratio, because, you know, you can go in the back, strip 2-3 people, ruin the experience of 2-3 people, and then die or lose anyways because your team is garbage and you lose either way. But still, you have created a cancerous experience for everyone when you have taken your Prana or your Black Lantern with 8 heavy medium lasers. You go in the back, delete 2-3 people, and then fuck off somewhere. It's just not a healthy way to balance a game. And then there are other roles that light mechs could fill. Like they can spot, they can provide locks, they can scout, they can flank, they can provide serious advantages by, you know, going in the back locking for LRMs. But if you take a light, you go in the back and lock for LRMs, the match score doesn't reflect that. Like maybe your tag actually deleted 5 mechs, but your match score will still be bad.
Yeah.
Maybe you win alone with a fleet. You win alone with a fleet capping on Polar Highlands, but your match score will not say that. Your win-loss, maybe, I don't know, but your match score won't say that. All of these roles are not rewarded properly. So the point is that lights are a lot stronger than what stats actually say, because the stats are not tracking all the stuff that is going on. And there are a lot of ways in which lights are able to influence the game and the experience of players. That is not just solely kill, death, match score, damage output, and so on.
And I know I'm actually guilty of this. I sometimes reduce games too much on match score, on kills, and just winning through killing, because that's what I enjoy. But the fact is, as you just already said, a light mech that just wins through caps, or like a 3-man, 4-man spider team that just wins through caps, that is not reflected in the match score at all. And that, of course, is maybe another discussion for another time. But a revamp of the match score system based on things like percentage damage taken, based on objectives held, based on narcs hit, based on time spent with a little red dot on an enemy target, things like that. They currently are not factored in into the whole match scores thing. It's just about, as you said earlier, who's farming the most damage, and that is it. Not even clear kills through skill, like even something like a cockpit kills. You don't get bonus for that. Whereas, like, if you kill like 10 mechs of a cockpit kill versus somebody who just farms down 1 Atlas from 100% to 0. Yep.
Backshot kill. You don't get more. If I go in the back and kill an Atlas with a backshot with a Piranha, I don't get more than farming it with DACA or with LRMs.
Efficiency is not rewarded, right?
Yeah, it had the same impact, of maybe even better impact, because with the Piranha you go in the back and kill it straight away at the beginning of the match, and you take an Atlas out of the match straight away. This one should give you even more match score than farming it with LRMs, but somehow farming it with LRMs gives you more score, and of course LRMs are a prerogative of heavies and assaults. So most players that have a low skill, they just pack LRMs on what? On heavies and assaults. So of course the scores of those mechs are inflated compared to the other ones, because tier 4, tier 5 inflate the scores of heavies and assaults with LRMs. Of course you don't learn with a flea.
You could.
If you put a tier 5 guy in a flea, he will peek, get one shot and go to home.
Yeah, it's not a good experience. So I did learn Locust for funsies at one point. It's not a fun experience, but I think we have had a lot of points that are very, very valid, and we're starting to like branch out a little bit into lots of different topics, which I think would be really, really cool to talk about in the future. So if both of you gentlemen are up for that, we could definitely follow this up with different videos. But I would like to say at this point, thank you so much for your inputs. You presented your arguments very well. Data did a really, really good job, I think, in going into the whole details of what's currently going on, as well as providing a couple of solutions that could be helping out this whole thing. And as you already said, if you agree with the points made, if you think there's value to that, then go ahead. I recommend you join the appropriate Discord server. It's going to be in the video description, and speak your mind in the appropriate channel. But as I already said, let's all be friendly, let's all be respectful. Treat everybody else as if you like to be treated, right? So let's keep the discussion in a meaningful manner and to the point. And thank you so much, gentlemen, for being here today. And I hope you had some fun. And I hope I will be seeing you again very soon.
Bye, guys.